With the rising cost of groceries, nut butters have not been safe from getting hit with the price hike. And with almond butter being one of my favorite snacks to enjoy in a keto diet, I had to find a cheaper alternative to fight the crazy prices. And this homemade nut butter recipe takes only 2 steps and tastes incredible. I'm also going to show you some of my favorite variations and save you a ton of money in the process. Believe me when I tell you, you'll never buy another nut butter again, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So this process couldn't be easier. So the first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then grab a standard 15 by 10 inch baking tray and use 3 cups of your nut of choice and spread it flat on your baking tray. This first recipe is one of my favorites. I use 2 cups of raw almonds and 1 cup of walnuts. Now spread those evenly on your baking tray in a single layer. Now place your baking tray in your preheated oven for 10 minutes to roast your nuts. Let your roasted nuts cool off completely before moving on to the final step. Once your roasted nuts have completely cooled off, add them to a food processor. Now you could add any spices or seasonings that you want, but this recipe is one of my favorites. So I just added 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and 2 tablespoons of granular sugar substitute. I use Swerve. Once all your ingredients are added to your food processor, just blend it on high for a couple minutes, scrape the sides, and keep blending it. And repeat this process until you get the perfect creamy nut butter. Now add it to a jar or Tupperware and try not to eat the whole thing in the process. And there you have it, 2-step, super easy, perfect nut butter. So for this version, I just made a chocolate peanut butter. So the process is the same. I added 3 cups of raw peanuts to my baking tray. Spread it evenly on the baking tray. Roasted it for 10 minutes. Let it cool off. Added it to my food processor. And for this one, I added half a cup of Lily's sugar-free chocolate chips, 2 tablespoons of granular sugar substitute, I use Swerve, and 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Put my food processor on high, scrape the sides every couple minutes until I had the perfect creamy chocolate peanut butter texture. Add it to your jar or Tupperware and enjoy this perfect homemade chocolate peanut butter. For this version, I made a peanut and pecan butter, and spoiler alert, it tasted amazing. So I added 2 cups of raw peanuts and 1 cup of raw pecans. Spread it evenly on the baking tray, roasted them in the oven for 10 minutes, let them cool off, added them to my food processor, and just added 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt. Blended that on high in my food processor, scraped the sides every couple minutes until I had the perfect creamy consistency. Now add that to a jar or Tupperware, and now you have an amazing peanut pecan nut butter. And the final version I'm showing you is the sea salt almond butter. So I added 3 cups of raw almonds to my baking tray, spread them evenly in a single layer, roasted them for 10 minutes in my 350 degree oven, let it cool off completely, added it to my food processor, added 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt, blended it on high, and scraped the sides every couple minutes until I achieved the perfect almond butter consistency. Now add it to a jar or Tupperware and be proud of yourself because you just saved a ton of money by making your own almond butter. And it tastes better than any other store-bought versions. And now the taste test. Honestly, I would take any of these nut butters over anything I would buy in the store. It's really nice to be able to customize it and make it your own. And if I had to suggest which one to make first, it would have to be the almond, walnut, pumpkin spice, and cinnamon version. It tasted like Christmas in a jar. It was amazing. And my second suggestion would be the peanut, pecan, and sea salt variation. It was such a unique nut butter taste, you have to try that one. And the chocolate peanut butter version, incredible. Every spoonful has a little taste of a Reese's peanut butter cup. I really don't see myself purchasing another store-bought nut butter again. To have a better tasting, cheaper alternative to make at home is a much better option. The recipe is super easy to make, literally takes only 2 steps. You can customize it however you want, try different variations and experiments and make it your own. And the hardest part is try not to eat too much. You really have to give this a shot, try it, let me know what you think. Looking for a recipe to use your new homemade nut butter? Check out this flourless, protein, chocolate mug cake video here. Or you can check out this no-bake, chocolate, peanut butter cookie video here. And for future content, please subscribe. And of course, until next time, keep it classy, keep it keto. Keto Craft Kitchen, out.